It might rain, so I thought I would do a live stream on this next house and possibly the one after. So anyways, to it. These aren't the biggest properties, but again, I thought if I want to do a live stream, I might as well do it now early um, because I might not have a chance later if it starts raining. Let me just flip my camera around and put it on the holder there and see what we can come up with. Let's go around the other side as well. Grab the mini tripod just in case. It's looking like it's not the greatest speeds here. Not the greatest upload speeds. Glasses on. Sure, truck is locked. Might be having to deal with rain today. So I figured I would do the live stream a little bit earlier. Just in case. Of course, if it rains, it makes it more difficult to do the live stream. In fact, I probably would not do live streams in the rain. It would just kind of not work out. So, might as well get it done earlier in case that happens. So this is a shared front lawn between two houses. I mow the whole thing, of course. For the front yard. It's so small it doesn't make sense to not mow it. If you have any questions, let me know. Also, if you can let me know if you can hear the audio. Yesterday, I was one of the live streams I did. I think it was the second one of the day. I did a two-part live stream. It was at the first house, and then I believe, or was it? I can't remember. No, it wasn't a two-part one. It was the talking in the truck. Was on the truck Bluetooth, and when I get out, usually it automatically connects to the headset mic Bluetooth, but it didn't. So I went that whole live stream yesterday with, you could hear audio, but it was recording it from the iPhone microphone. So of course there's no noise cancellation or anything. So I was, I was using the tripod first time, so it's kind of funny because I set up the tripod and I was like talking through that whole part. I had the camera kind of far away in spots and stuff. It was like a really good kind of view and angle, but then couldn't hear anything I was saying. All you could hear was the mower from a distance. So weeds in this one. I have felt a raindrop or two already previously, but hopefully just holds off. Tomorrow is supposed to be very wet, so I may just not mow tomorrow, depending, because I do have Friday where I'm caught in terms of aerations and stuff, so I could always move most to Friday. But we'll see, we'll play it by ear. Using the Xmark 21V series, and I'm back to the handheld blower now that I've had a couple weeks with the Milwaukee backpack blower. It's a little bit overkill for what I need. I always prefer handheld blowers. And that one is pretty awesome. We'll see what I've got for battery right now. About half or so. I've done 2 houses already. Going at 2.5 inches. Brought the Xmark out. This week. Hadn't used it for a while since last year. I was using it just on my own house property and really just the front lawn, because I had the robot in the back lawn. So I was doing a lot of extensive testing with the Crest mower. I had done a lot of those tests with this mower the year before, so I put it away. But I don't want to leave the mower, and well, not so much the mower. Mower doesn't matter. Of course, it's just an electric motor. It's more the batteries. Don't want to leave the batteries not being used for extended periods of time. I want to give them a charge every, at least once a year. Give them a good go. So I'm using for example, if I'm using like the Crest mower, and or using this one, whichever one I'm using, it's good to keep the other one in regular rotation. for a backup. Make sure the batteries are always ready to accept the charge. Don't store the unit with the batteries charged, of course, for long periods of time. That's not good. But let's swap you out to the other view and find a stable kind of spot where this is going to work. Yeah, it should work there. When you're storing batteries for a long time, you want to do them at least, keep them at 50%. And then it's a good idea to, fully charge them, use the mower, drain the batteries in the truck. So using this one, and then hopefully the Milwaukee mower will be coming. Excuse me. Oh goodness, I'm like I'm like having a tough go here. It's like something got stuck in my throat, like kind of like when you're mowing around like cottonwood trees or something. You kind of breathe in the dust and it kind of sticks to the back of your throat. It's like that, but there's no cottonwood around here. So sorry, I don't have the phone obviously on me, so I can't just mute the audio. I'm like literally like tearing up from coughing. Okay, I think I'm good now. Yeah, so hopefully the Milwaukee mower comes soon. Apparently they are back ordered, very popular at the moment, being spring. So we'll see if I'm able to get my hands on one sooner than later. Maybe check the camera. I don't know if you guys can see me at this angle. Can you? Oh yeah, you can see me, but I'll move you up so I can get a better view. Oh, not stable enough there. Will that work? Yeah, that'll work. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. The tripod is nice and portable, but it's part of what makes it nice and portable is the little fold-out legs, but it's not very stable. So hopefully it's good and doesn't fall over. Most times I've got it right on a lawn anyway, so if it were to fall, it shouldn't. It might break the tripod, but it won't hopefully damage the phone. This little odd corner here, little triangle. The two parts of this lawn meet. What I'll do here is push it forward and then see if I can maybe flip this back. Oh, battery dead? Quite possibly. Yep. So, even though I was mowing there, it doesn't have enough juice to start back up on that one. So I'm going to go throw battery on the charger, grab a spare. I've got the Blue Eddy AC180. Here, all ready to go. And just turn it on, power it up, and I got a X-Mark charger here plugged in. Turn power to the AC outlets and throw the battery on there. See it kick in, and you can see on the Blue Eddy it's starting to pull about 450 watts. So I found that I could do about 2 of these X-Mark batteries with the built-in battery there on the Blue Eddy. So that's not too bad. Provide up to 500 watts of charging to the Blue Eddy every time you get into the vehicle, so I think that would be really handy, especially with lawn care, where, you know, when the truck's parked like it is right now, it's just using the Blue Eddy to charge the batteries, but then every time I get into the truck to drive to another neighborhood or in between lawns or you're stuck in traffic, sometimes it's quickly charging the Blue Eddy. Obviously, it depends on how big your batteries are that you're charging, or how many batteries you'd be able to get charged up. The Blue Eddy has a 1152 watt hour built-in battery. These X-Mark batteries are, I think they're like 450 or something watt hours. So, and then there's obviously, it uses some of that power from the battery to actually run the charger and the fans and all that. So I think it's rated at like 83% efficiency, which is apparently very good for power stations. Now that X-Mark charger is a 5.5 amp unit, so it takes about, I would say, like 90 minutes maximum to charge. if you're going like from fully empty, which is how I tend to do it. One of my buddies that I've talked to in Florida, Steve from Solar Punk Lawn Care, he goes through and he will take the batteries out. He's in an enclosed trailer, so every time he's done with the tool, he pulls the batteries off and throws it on the charger. So they're always topping off in between lawns. So he never actually goes the whole day without having to wait for the battery to fully charge. It's just kind of throughout the day. So it's an interesting take. Lots of different options that you can do. So coming to the end of this one, let me know if you want to continue watching the stream, and I'll go to the next. I'll keep the stream going to the next house. And the little portable tripod, very lightweight. See if I can't remember if I dropped off the bell to this one, so I'm gonna kind of push the camera up in the air for a second so I can look through these. I think I may have already. Last week. Yep. I did. So, no worries there. Alright, off to the next one. And I think I will just keep the stream going. Since it's not raining yet. The Bluetooth is going to switch to the truck though, so the audio is going to sound not as good until I get to the next house. Bear with me. gloomy day. So this next house is one that I would normally not ever do anything on camera for. It's a pretty dirty house, I would say. Landscaping and stuff is very overgrown. The gardens need tons of attention, but all they want is the mowing. This house would be a good candidate for doing like one of those big like viral cleanup videos. In the garden beds, especially around the backyard. Let me get the headphones to switch back over. Hopefully that did switch over. I see no comments yet. Yeah, so this house is not one I would normally show on camera just because it's not pretty. It's not, going to win any awards on anything. The gardens are just really badly overgrown, but the client just wants the mowing. They pay. There's never an issue with any of the gardens and stuff are just yikes. Especially compared to next door. Next door, the guy is like retired. He's out there right now, and his yard is like meticulous. So I always wonder what he feels like when he's beside this other house. But yeah, let's see what we can do. But yeah, prepare yourself. It's a little bit overgrown. The backyard is a little bit more, a little bit messy. Stuff everywhere. Sure, my door's locked. So this is what I would consider like just a mow and blow type job. See how bad the gardens are. Needs a major going through. But I'm not sure why they don't want to. Just had a few people in the past where it seems to be the way it is with them. They just don't want the gardens taken care of. They don't care. It's not a priority. And I have a feeling that the only reason some of these even get mowed is just because of maybe neighbor pressure or something. When I started doing this one, it was pretty overgrown. Some of these driveway prints are knock these down a little bit. So yeah, I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. Not every client wants, like edging and stuff, and especially since I charge for edging for the first time to do it, and then maintain mowing after that. And a lot of times, people don't want it, and I'll end up just doing it anyways because, well, it depends on the situation. If I get like a client that is a bit of a PETA or attitude or something like that, then I won't. If they're refusing the edging option, but sometimes on other ones I'll do it anyways, even if they don't want it or don't want to pay for it. Then I might do it anyways. Alright, this is where it starts to get messy. Yeah, so you can start to see some of the clutter. Now, this one isn't my worst one for clutter. I actually have a house that you know how you will sometimes give nicknames to your clients' properties? Always. The other one I refer to as my hoarder house because there's so much junk that even get into the backyard. You can see on this one, like there's stuff overgrowing everywhere. Kind of making their patio not really usable. It's crazy. I don't know. It's like junk and debris. Yeah, this one it's just vegetation. There's a little bit of other objects and stuff, but there's not anything that is like impeding any real access. Where the other one that I do, that I literally refer to as a hoarder house, it's There's just so much stuff in the way to even get to the backyard. And that one's a funny one because originally when I first quoted that one years ago, I was looking at it going, yeah, there's enough space here to even bring the turf tracer. And it just looks so gloomy out today. Let's see if 2.5 is alright on this one, or I might have to lower the rear. The next door neighbor on this one, the one with the nice gardens and stuff, he is the one that would come and talk to me all the time about the Milwaukee tools I was using. And he ended up buying a Milwaukee mower a couple of years ago, and he let me try it out. He's been really happy with it from a homeowner perspective. So we'll see once I can get my hands on one. I'm a little late to the party when it comes to the Milwaukee mower and trying it, just because I had been working with Exmark and Crest and stuff when they were putting out these mowers, so didn't want to have too many conflicting content. Only so much, when you're trying to do authentic content of actually using equipment on a daily basis for more than like one time and doing a review video, like a lot of these other guys barely touch the stuff and they're doing a review video. I try to break it up. I try to do like a first look video and then actually use it day to day here in the Pacific Northwest where it's raining, a lot of time of the year, and get this heavy growth periods, and then in the fall with leaf cleanups. You can really see how the mower performs before doing what I call like an honest review. So it's difficult to do if you're committing yourself to too many brands at once. So just like when I first got this mower, I used it for like the first season, and then it was the following season that I got the Crest mower. So then I dedicated the season to using that. That's why now that I've done that Crest one for the entire season, where it's like now I can bring this X Mark one back out to try it out and use it, keep the batteries going until the Milwaukee one comes, and then I will dedicate myself probably to the Milwaukee mower for a good bit of time. See how that compares, get a good feel for it in all sorts of different conditions. And it rough looking. One thing I will say though that is a little bit concerning with this X Mark mower is since using it back again was that previously I was getting about 4 houses on the batteries, being able to do about 4 houses, and I had the mower sit for a year or so, though I did use it on my front lawn periodically. But I don't know if the batteries degraded over sitting, even though I had them inside the house where they wouldn't be in heat and stuff. It's like climate controlled, and they were at 50% charge as recommended. They seem to only be like 2.5 houses now on these batteries, so I don't know if it's just kind of wait to go through its first few cycles again. So I'm a little concerned about that, because I was able to do 4 houses no problem on a battery on this before. This mower is only like a year old, year and a half old or so. It has not been used for really the whole last season, other than just my own front lawn. So I'm hoping it's just batteries needing to get through a few cycles. So that is possible. I have had that happened with the Echo battery mower, the DLM 2100, where when I first got it, it started out strong and stuff for battery, but then after doing some testing on it, stuff, I took it to my parents' house so I can use it to mow their lawn, as it's not really fit for commercial use, that thing. And so I noticed after winter storage, even though again, following what they want, it seemed to die off pretty quick compared to what I remember. But then after a couple weeks, it seemed to bounce back. So it might just be not accepting a full charge after storage, and just needing a couple of charge discharge cycles. So thinking that might be the same situation with this one. Oh, I forgot about the tripod. Again. Always get into the rhythm, right? That's what happens when you're a lawn care guy. You forget because the work comes first. I see a comment out as well. Let's see if we can find somewhere stable for that. Franklin Mint says, not sure what that comment is referring to, so I'm not even going to read it. Need a little bit of an angle, I think. There we go.